Alright, we are back for round 2 with a great hand. Yeah, I love curving Heckma Sentinels into ragged riches. Yeah, that's kind of bad, but kind of good. It kind of depends. Like, if they have the super, completely not aggressive draw, like it looks like the case right here, Rags Riches might come a little bit too late, unfortunately. But other than that, we should not be in the worst spot. I am slightly worried. Drawing Takrop Skirmisher is lovely, though. Yeah, forget about that, but we have a lot of 2-drop in this deck, which is nice. Yeah, just drop some more random creature. Definitely gonna trade here. I know I have Rags Riches, but I don't want to take 6. And the Skirmisher is just gonna die to Rags Riches anyway, so there is that. Probably just play Sentinels here. I kind of want to keep the cycling available. And maybe Essence Scatter. Because if they play something really good, like an Emberhorn Minotaur here, Thresher Lizard is less problematic, I guess. And no attack. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, we are gonna slam that Rags Riches. And hopefully just get a nice 3-for-1. I mean, if they have a pump spell, it's still a 3-for-1, so I'll take it. Alright, now we are in good shape, because if they drop a huge creature that's super threatening, we can never it. And the next things they are gonna cast, we can just Drake it. And even if they get something like Scale Behemoth onto the battlefield, I believe we can Riches it. Yeah, it doesn't target. So we are looking good here. Their start was pretty scary, though. Colossopede, it looks like. Glory Bringer, oh my god. Jesus. Alright. Sure, man. I'm happy they did not kill my Sentinels. And cool, now we can just never eat and keep up Essence Scatter open to make sure we don't get in trouble. Jeez, that was a good draw. Hornery Kudu. No, sure, you can have that. You got yourself a Kudu. Unburden, yeah. Will not be unburdening here. Probably drop the Drake. Hope, like, if they go Forest, Scale Behemoth here, it's like super annoying, but that's a pretty specific scenario. They could have the Behemoth in hand, though they have one last card that they weren't able to cast so far. We are at 11. We could attack with that. It doesn't seem great. I think we just attack with Drake and... Do we exile Glorybringer or do we bring back the Skirmisher? I guess a 2-2 is slightly better than a 2-1. And I never want to see that thing again. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change, but the play is definitely get value from the graveyard with your thing and and keep Essence Scatter open. They did not fetch with Evolving Wild last turn, which seems weird. Do they have 2 lands in hand? I think if they had something good, they would have cast it, so I'm actually not gonna unburden here. I'd rather keep the option to pump the Sentinels and get another card. I really don't think we are getting anything here if we do that. Let's get back the Skirmisher. Yeah, I don't need to play my land. Maybe I should have attacked actually last turn. This turn with Heckma Sentinels, because if they block I can unburden, cycle, and Maybe they had the skill Behemoth and they just forgot to Evolving Wild last turn, but in this case we have Essence Scatter. Yeah, you can Entangler as much as you want. Feel free to entangle. Naga Oracle is not bad. Okay, sure, we'll just trade with the Entangler, fine. And this way, by not cycling, I get to play the Oracle and keep Essence Scatter up. Otherwise I would have had to probably not play the Oracle this turn. So this will go to the graveyard, and then I think we can use these. And I want to drop Initiate first to apply pressure. We still have the... I know we still have Riches in the graveyard, but I don't see any reason to use it here. Like, a way we can lose is, you know, we tap out for Riches, get a you know, pretty much useless Kudu, and they just drop a skill Behemoth and then a Cartouche of Strength or something like that, and we end up losing otherwise unlosable game. At some point, you end up being so far ahead that you can just afford to play very safely. And here we have lethal next turn, unless they have a removal. And we have Gravedigger, like, yeah. We have no reason to go for a risky move. Like, if we just play safe, there's no way we can lose. Unless they have Sandworm Convergence. That's probably the only card that saved them at this point. And they just reached 8 mana. Though I guess... Cut that man. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have played around Sandworm Convergence by... Okay, they are just dead on board. But thanks for showing the monument. Should have played maybe around Sandworm Convergence by using Unburden. They could have that in theory. It looks like a very aggressive red-green deck though, and I'm not sure they want to play Sandworm Convergence, but they could be playing it. Well, in any case, we ended up the game with 4 good cards in hand and a Riches into the graveyard. Okay, red-green aggro, splashing for cut ribbons. I mean, if you are splashing for cut ribbons of Painted Bluff, like you need 4 mana to just pay the double black, then you don't have a ton of mana left to burn the opponent, but it's something, I guess. I think they're aggressive enough where I don't want cancel on the draw. They are probably gonna play a little bit more wisely around Rag's Riches this game. I don't think we change anything. If they have a good draw but play a little bit better around Rag's Riches, this could be tougher, but I feel like we have a decent matchup. Like, their deck seems super weak to just me using some Essence Scatter on the creature that matters and blocking the other creature with my high toughness guys. But again, you know, you never know if they go turn 1 Inciter, turn 2 Entangler. If they have a crazy start, things can go wrong pretty quickly. Well, that's a good 7. The question will be, do we just cast Vizier on turn 2? Or do we leave up Essence Scatter? And it kind of depends on what they do. If they do nothing, I'd rather Essence Scatter. And yeah, it really depends on what they are going to do here. If they play an F-drop Entangler that Vizier cannot block, I'm just going to leave up Essence Scatter. And again, if they do nothing, I think we'll leave up Essence Scatter too. Maybe not. The thing is, they might not have a 3-drop. If they play something like Hooded Brawler, this is mildly annoying, but most 3-drop, I probably want to Essence Scatter things like Glory Bringer and, you know, this type of card more than the early game things. I don't mind. We could just pass, block, and if they plus the Minotaur, we cycle. But if they drop another red, they can make the thing 4 power. Yeah, I guess we just play Heckma Sentinels. And pass. And maybe go for a double block. Because they would need, you know, to kill a creature and still have enough mana to pump to 2-for-1 us. Yeah, sure. Card is good, but it's much less impressive on turn 4 than on turn 2. I guess I can put all the counter on Sure Shot, but I'd be glad if they were to do that. Like, sure they get a 4-4, but if I ever draw a Reinvolt, they 2-for-1 themselves. Doesn't sound appealing. Looks like the opponent is stuck on lands. Yeah, we probably want a cartouche here, but where? Kinda want to cartouche the Sentinels. And then we have a Cycler. Yeah, they are stuck on land, so getting a bit aggressive, I think it's a decent idea. It's kind of bad if they have a trick or a Reinvolt, but if they use a trick, they are not casting a creature. Yep, yes sir. Just gonna cycle. If they have nothing, it's great, and if they have something, well, whatever. I mean, I can live with that. Brute strength, yeah, sure. You got me. I drew another Drake, funny. I think we just cast Drake here, attack with the Sentinels. If they don't have another Trick or a Reinvolt, they have no good attack. And hopefully we draw another land and we can go something like Naga Oracle plus Cartouche or plus Essence Scatter next turn. Ronas Monument, sure. I mean, that's sure. I mean, that's fairly annoying, but it is completely beatable. Yeah, I think we just attack for 6. And actually we have lethal next turn. I mean, we force them to chump block with their reach guy, I believe. But what will happen here is that they will most likely cast a creature. Will be countering that. We'll take 5 from that dude. Well, I guess they are getting 1 life though. So no, we don't have lethal. Nefcrop Entangler. Yeah, I can let that happen actually. I think we go for Even Initiate, leave up Essence Scatter, so we don't die to a random Glorybringer. And probably here they go down to 4. We take a huge hit from that guy again, but we are at 12. And then we can cartouche the Naga Oracle and kill them in most cases. The only thing that happens to be pretty bad for us is if they... I mean, they would need to go creature, attack you for 6, and then fling to the face, I believe, to just kill us next turn. Pursue Glory, yeah, don't mind them cycling. If they attack with everything somehow, we'll have to play around stuff probably and make some safe blocks. But since they kinda got stuck on land here, it looks like it's over. But red decks are scary in this set, like they can just get a bunch of damage out of nowhere. No creature pre-combat, that means no attack, I guess. Well, I guess the Exemplar is attacking actually. Yeah, you got me. And now their game plan, I assume, is probably use a reinvol on one of my creatures so they don't die to the flyer. But since we have an extra flyer, an extra flyer of the cartouche, I think we do have the game, because I don't see how they deal with 3 flyers here. If they have Electrify, sure, they can 2-for-1 me, but then they die. Rags reaches. They could have Fog, but I don't really see why red-green aggro would bring in Fog against me. Yeah. Yes, please. I think unless they have Fog, in which case I'm not gonna play around Fog. Like, why on earth would a red-green deck play Fog against blue-black control? Like, if they have Fog, sure, they got me, but this seems unrealistic, and playing around Fog in situation where they probably don't have Fog seems like a very bad idea. Okay, yeah. I think it's the only card that saved them at this point. Yeah. If my opponent had fogged me here, I would have just, I don't know, smashed my computer with a baseball bat. Like, this would not make any sense. So I don't believe you should play around that. And if you play a little bit too defensively, between Run-As Monument, this guy, and us being at 8, there's a chance they actually can kill us. So I think you really want to go for the kill and not care about fog. Alright, that was round 2. Hope you folks enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and see you for the final.